I guess my perception of the world is a little different, you know. I'm constantly looking, you know, I guess when you see the things that you see being, you know, on this job, you tend to see the world a little differently of what could really go wrong, you know. A night out with your friends, you know, is usually just a night out with your friends until it's not. Until your car's flipped over and your best friend's dead, or you know you've now gone through a windshield because your friend is speeding, or you're drinking and driving. All things that I've done, you know. Fortunately, you know, I'm no longer doing those things where you know, where I'm out risking my life. I should say, drinking and driving and doing things like that. You know, when I came on the job, you know, drinking was a big part of it. It was, you know, you get together with everybody, and you know, you drink hard because you play hard, and you do. It's like you celebrate one another, and it's like, hey, I'll meet you at the bar. You know, we'll meet you after work, or we'll meet you this weekend, and we're gonna have a party, or we're going to go to this party. It's like we try to outdrink each other, or we try to like have a good time, and having a good time sometimes is in excess, because everything we do, it seems like firefighters, we do things in excess. You know, alcoholism. So I'm an alcoholic. I don't think the job did it. I was just predisposed with it. You know, alcoholism runs on both sides of my family. But I used the things that I saw. I used how hard I worked, the positions that I was in, some of the fires we'd go to. I would use that as an excuse to say I have a right to drink. You know, we're risking our lives. You know, we work hard. I deserve these drinks. I deserve to do this. You know, and I deserve to drink on a Tuesday. You know, in the morning. I deserve to drink. You know, in excess, because I'm this wild and crazy guy. You know, we're kicking ass, right? We're fighting fires. We go 3-4 fires a day, and this is what we do. This is who we are, right? I bought into, you know, play hard, live hard. Everything that is wrong with a person when they drink, you know, alcohol, it just affects them different. Even after I'm done drinking, it stays in my system. It's affecting me. It affects the way I think. It affects the way I feel. It becomes my everything. You know, so that's what they say, it's an obsession of the mind. I can't stop thinking about it. I can't stop thinking about when I'm going to have it again, how much I can have, you know, make sure I don't run out, who I'm going to drink it with, when am I going to drink again, and then I got to make sure I can have some left over. I mean, it consumes me. It was everything. I don't want to blame anybody or anything, this job, you know, PTSD on my drinking. That's just not me. I know who I am. I found out who I am, right? I found out that, you know, I'm an undisciplined, you know, unhinged alcoholic, that I would use any excuse, even if I wasn't on this job, to drink. You know, it takes a lot of self-discovery, you know, and it didn't happen overnight. You know, I went through a lot of years where, you know, this was normal for me. It was normal to drink every day. It was normal to be hungover. Well, for a while, it wasn't getting in the way of my life, until it did. You know, I tried quitting. I tried, you know, using my willpower, because I felt like, you know, I was a strong person. I was able to deal with, you know, fighting fires. I was able to see death. I was able to do, and I was able to help out, you know, and I was able to work hard. I was able to come to work and just push through it. It didn't affect me, you know. I was carrying on like a normal person until it started affecting me. You know, alcoholism, you know, what I've learned is it's a progressive disease. So it didn't start out bad. It never does. It never starts out bad. It progressively gets worse until it takes over. It became everything I did. Now it was consuming. You know, fortunately, fortunately, I became unfortunate, and my body broke down before I killed anybody. You know, drinking and driving, or you know, I made some really bad choices in my life to affect me for the rest of my life, where I, you know, would have harmed somebody else. So I thank God for that every day, you know, that I was afforded the opportunity to get the help that I needed. Otherwise, I was going to die. I ended up with cirrhosis of the liver, and at the end, my health was, you know, certainly drained. I ended up 9 days in ICU, and you know, permanent liver damage. They didn't know if I was going to live or die. A retired firefighter, Chief Tom Phythian. He saved my life. Prior to him saving my life, helping me get sober, he was my boss for 15 years. I had a personal relationship with him through this job. That's where I met him. He kept me safe while I was here at work, prior to me getting sober. And I worked around him for 15 years as my boss. He was an awesome guy. He was in recovery. And he introduced me to a lot of people in the program that that helped change my life and made it possible that I'm sitting here talking today. Tom passed away. He died. I was sober for 8 months, and he passed away on the golf course. He had a massive heart attack, and he died. And you know, when he died, usually people have relapses, when these tragedies happen, but he had done such a good job in making me care about myself again and care about life. I didn't think about drinking. Drinking, I knew, wasn't going to solve that hurt and that pain. He changed my life. He helped me, got me on the right track. And where he left off, there were other people there that helped me get along and keep moving, you know. So I've just recently had 7 years sober.
Congratulations.
Thanks. It was on March 17th. So after Tom died, there are other people in the program, which there always are. If you want help, there's help. And I took the help, you know, I took the suggestions and I made my meetings. Sometimes, you know, I made up to 3-4 days a week, and I still do 3-4 days a week, sometimes 5 or 2 in a day. It's good. It makes me feel good. It changes my mood. And there's always someone there that's struggling, you know, and then you can just be there, or you can hear something that can just change your day. It's not like complaining or anything. It's about discussing your feelings or how you handled your alcoholism, you know, and a lot of times it's just being there. It's you know, it's doing something other than chasing alcohol. You're chasing recovery, right? And doing that positive action, you have positive reactions. Which your brain and your mind makes you feel better. And it's that you're doing something positive with your life, right? Helping others, you're helping yourself. You're becoming a better version of who you are. You know, personally, I'm a good person. You know, I had to learn how to love myself. You know, because I didn't. You know, I didn't care what happened to me. You know, I do today. I care about everybody around me. You know, people that are in my life. But I have to care about myself first, so that I can be a better version of who I'm supposed to be. I can be a better father. I can be a better husband. I can be a better friend, better brother, better son. Right? These are all the things that have happened to me in chasing recovery. You know, and becoming a better me. You know, I started training my brother. You know, my older brother. He's been really big inspiration to me, you know, because he was training martial arts, and he'd always try to get me to come throughout the years, you know, hey, come train, and I'd always say, oh, Ray, you know, I'm too beat up. Like, he'd be beat up from training, and I'd be beat up from fighting all these fires, you know. But after I got sober, you know, it took me about a year to get my body to where I could exercise again. I could really exercise, you know, because I broke down, you know, my body just went to crap. So I started training slowly, and I started training with him and doing martial arts. He got me back into fitness, and I became very motivated, you know, to get back in shape, to change my life, you know, because I was already doing it with not drinking, and this gave me something to focus on. And plus with this job, you know, I needed to get back in shape and perform the way I needed to perform, you know. I owed it to myself, I owed it to my family, and I owed it to the department, you know. It's a very physical job, very demanding, physically, mentally, and I needed to get right. So I started training there, and you know, slowly but surely I got better, got stronger, lost a lot of weight. You know, at one point I was 270 pounds. At 5'8", 270 pounds, that's pretty big. I was able to get down after I stopped drinking down to about 230 pounds. I was very happy with that. You know, I was in good shape. And I was enjoying training. Of course, you know, I wanted more. In that time, a lot of things changed in my life. You know, I bought a house. You know, I was married and I had a little daughter. I have an older daughter too. But she's let's see, my daughter's gonna be 11, my oldest is 20. They're about 13 years apart. So when I got remarried, you know, with my wife, we tried to have kids, and we ended up having one. So that was a blessing. So I have 2 daughters. When you finally surrender and you ask for help, and then you take the help, and you take the suggestions that were given to you, that how dramatically your life can change. My life changed. It has changed by far 180 degrees. Some days I wake up, I can't believe I'm at where I'm at today.
And feeling good, right?
Yeah, fantastic. I feel phenomenal. I feel kind of off the world. I'm able to help people today. You know, I'm able to give good advice. I'm able to think clearly, and also, ultimately, feel good about who I am as a person. Because I didn't like the guy I was. I didn't like the guy I turned into at the end. Hated that guy. You know, and at that point, I didn't care if I lived or died, because I didn't know how to fix it. You know, and it's not about willpower. You know, it's about surrendering. It's about surrendering and realizing that my best thinking got me to where I was. It got me into that, it got me in the ICU, you know, and it got me to my body shutting down on me. And it took me a while to recover, you know. And with the help of a lot of people that invested a lot of time in me, I was able to get my life put back together.